What happens when a Democratic governor starts using Donald Trump's own tactics against him and it actually works? Think about it. All caps tweets, savage memes, nicknames that stick like glue. That's Trump's playbook. But now, on the other side, California's Governor Gavin Newsom is throwing those very same punches right back. And here's the twist. He isn't running from Trump's style, he's mirroring it, almost daring him to play his own game. The question is, can fighting fire with fire save American democracy or burn it down completely? Then came a moment that shook people to their core. In an interview, Gavin Newsom looked straight at the camera and said, "I fear we will not have an election in 2028. Not a prediction of who wins. Not speculation about campaigns, but a fear that the system itself might not survive. And history tells us he might not be wrong, because democracies rarely collapse overnight. They don't explode in one big moment. They erode slowly, quietly. Look at Hungary. Look at Turkey. Look at Venezuela. Elections still exist in those places, but they're hollow. The rules are bent, the courts stacked, the media silenced. One day people wake up and the game is already rigged. That's what Newsom was warning, that America is not immune, that the guardrails we thought would always hold, they're weaker than we'd like to admit, and if he's right, then 2028 might not be a contest between candidates. It might be the year democracy itself flatlines. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The moment Newsom dropped that warning, debates erupted everywhere. Some experts said, "Come on, this is alarmist. America has survived worse. We've been through civil wars, depressions, assassinations. The system will hold." But others fired back. No, don't be naive. January 6th already proved that America is on the edge. Pretending it's all fine is exactly how democracies die. The debate became electric. On one side, calm voices saying, "Don't panic, trust the process." On the other, angry voices shouting, "Wake up! We are already in the danger zone." So who's right? The optimists who believe America always bounces back, or the pessimists who believe the system is rotting from the inside? And here's the kicker. Maybe both are right. Maybe democracy is resilient, but only if enough people care to protect it. Let's rewind for a second. Back in 2016, Michelle Obama gave a line that became iconic. "When they go low, we go high." It was noble. It was elegant. It made you believe decency could win. But let's be honest, Trump didn't go high. He went lower than anyone thought possible. He insulted, he mocked, he memed, and he won. Which is why some people are saying the high road doesn't cut it anymore. If one side plays dirty and the other side plays nice, who do you think wins? Even rapper Cardi B had her own take. "When they go low, I take them to hell." And you know what? A lot of young voters heard that and thought, finally, someone who gets it. So here's the dilemma. Do Democrats stick to the moral high ground, even if it means losing? Or do they fight dirty, meme for meme, insult for insult, and risk becoming the very thing they're fighting against? Because fighting fire with fire might stop Trump, but it might also burn democracy to the ground. So, what's better? Keeping your soul intact, or actually winning the fight? But let's zoom out. This isn't just about Gavin Newsom. It isn't just about Trump. It's about democracy itself. Think about it. January 6th wasn't just a riot, it was a warning. A mob stormed the Capitol, trying to stop the transfer of power. And years later, millions of Americans still defend it. Some even wish it had gone further. That's not normal politics. That's the slow death of democracy. And it's not just America. All around the world, we're seeing the same story. Hungary, Turkey, Venezuela, even India and Poland. Democracies turning into something darker. The formula is always the same. Weaken the courts, flood the media with lies, convince people the system is rigged, until one day they stop believing in it altogether. Sound familiar? So when Gavin Newsom warns about 2028, he isn't just throwing shade at Trump. He's holding up a mirror. He's saying, don't assume it can't happen here, because it can. And democracy doesn't collapse because of one man. It collapses because millions of people stop caring enough to defend it. So where does all this leave us? We've watched Gavin Newsom mirror Trump's tactics. We've heard his chilling warning about 2028. We've seen the debate, fight dirty or stay noble. And we've faced the bigger, scarier truth that democracy itself is fragile. But fragile doesn't mean doomed. Fragile just means it needs protecting. Democracy has never been automatic. Every generation has had to fight for it, redefine it, and defend it. And maybe that's the test we're facing right now. So what do? Sit back and hope the system saves itself? Or roll up our sleeves and demand that it survives? Because this fight isn't just about Trump, or Newsom, or Biden. It's about whether the story of America is still being written by the people. So when you hear words like, well, what if there's no election in 2028? Don't just get scared. Get ready. Because fear alone won't save democracy, but action might. And in the end, the choice isn't Trump's, it isn't Newsom's. The choice is ours. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more valuable content.